Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. But please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. So I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I am your brother, your homie. I am none other than your homie HerbMan. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves, and you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. Now, I know y'all don't really want to know yourself, and that's why you got a problem with healing, okay? But here we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness, the wholeness, and the wellness that we are all seeking, searching for, and we all deserve, you guys, all right? So this is a free information station. You guys don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Trust me, I'm going to work for those likes, but we want you guys to follow, share, and make sure that you are getting this message out, especially if you're trying to change your life and nobody else is in your household. You need to put me on so that all the household can understand what transition, what transformation that you're trying to undergo. Okay, even if they don't look like they listening and feel like they listening, or you think they listening, they listening. Okay, and this is how that vibration and that frequency is able to get through the whole household. Remember, you guys, we heal faster together than we could ever do anywhere else. Okay, so this show here, we're going to show you guys how to do this thing, right? How to do this thing. Some of you guys are looking for wealth. Some of you guys are looking for relationships. Some of you guys are just looking to heal yourself. And you just need to know your tendencies. You need to know your little quirks and screws in order for you to be able to manage the life that we're living. Okay, it ain't about getting the life, it's about maintaining the life. Okay, a lot of us can get some money, but can we maintain it? A lot of us can get a female or a girlfriend or boyfriend, but can you maintain it? A lot of us can heal ourselves in 1 minute, but can you maintain the health? So it ain't about getting, it's about maintaining. Somebody put maintenance in the chat, right? Put maintenance in the chat, you guys. Once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. But I want to talk about today, and everything that we talk about is always going to be about the owner's manual. It's always going to be about your blueprint. It's always going to be about the healer's package. It's always going to be about detoxification. It's always going to be about the panacea blend, which is mineralization. It's always going to be about the products that and services that we offer you. So you ain't got to worry about that part of it. But we want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the opportunity that we present to you when we come on the live. This opportunity is an opportunity for you to realize what's in you causing the problem. And it ain't diabetes. That's a symptom of a very large understanding of something else. It ain't your high blood pressure. That's a symptom of something deeper rooted. It ain't the cancer. It ain't the autoimmune disease. Those are symptoms. Those are not even diseases. They are symptoms of an underlying rooted issue. That's what we talk about here on the HerbMan Show. Okay, so the first thing that you want to understand is that those are not diseases, those are symptoms of a more deeper rooted problem. And we can solve those things right here on the live. Right here on the live, we can solve why you have that mental illness, why you have that spiritual illness, that emotional illness, why you have this physical illness. Why do I feel like this, HerbMan? Somebody put that in the chat, please. Once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get there, you guys. So y'all got to do y'all job because I'm about to do mine. As soon as we get to 1,000 likes, we about to do mine. Okay, I'm gonna do my job because my job is to tell you how a TI is. Okay, I had a brother call me yesterday and talking about he had to get back on medications and this, that, and the third. I said this. I asked him a few questions. He said, "No, I'm eating good. I'm doing everything that you said, but I still had to go back to my doctor. My blood pressure went up." I said, "That because your blood pressure ain't about food. Your blood pressure is about anxiety. And you done met somebody on TikTok and you done went and bought them products, and you were still worried about if it worked or not. And you were still because your trust is in the white coat. Your trust was in the medication. You got to bring that same trust over here to what you're trying to do to get off the meds. Because I ain't got no white coat on, and because I ain't in the governmental system, and because I'm just some joker on TikTok, yeah, you took a chance and bought it, but you didn't trust it. And when you then the trust is going to keep the worryation and the anxiety down. I said we already just talked about it, so we know it ain't the food. You done change your diet already. So what do you think is causing high blood pressure? Anxiety. Anxiety, dog. Okay, that's what's causing it, man. Anxiety. Okay, and that's an easy thing to understand, but for a lot of us, it's not. You thought the medication took your blood pressure down? No, it's your trust in that system that took your blood pressure down. Okay, it's your trust in that system. So the thing is that we have to understand why we feel like that, and that stress, that anxiety, that numbness, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. And I want to begin by talking about this stress. When you're talking about why do I feel like that? Thanks for your, if you guys got any questions, you guys can always, thanks for your consistent desire to teach, King. Hey, man, this is what I'm all about, man. This is me. This is all I can do. I was built for it. I was born to do it, right? So that's all I can do, man. But when we begin, man, I want to talk about something that many people feel, but they rarely say out loud. Okay. Many humans today are not just stressed, they are tired. Somebody put tired in the chat. Tired. You can put TIED, you can put TIRED. But most of us are tired, and it's the same thing. You're tied up. You're blocked up. You're imprisoned to a particular programming. There you go, so young, so unique, right? We are tired, and we're not just tired, but we are emotionally tired. We are mentally tired. We are spiritually tired, which is going to lead to the physical tiredness. And sometimes that exhaustion, it runs so deep that the people stop feeling things that they once did before. You start feeling that numbness. And it ain't because you don't care no more, but because the body cannot sustain that constant intensity. So when you seeing people on the news, that stuff just start getting regular to you now. When you start looking at all these crazy folks doing all this stuff, you just start getting used to it. So today we're exploring that numbness, because that numbness, it leads over to why you feel the way you feel. You know, it leads over to why we're always in that survival mode, and why survival mode slowly start to reduce our ability to feel. This isn't about you being weak. I'm always going to teach you guys that all of the stuff you go through is about biology. Okay. You got to know it from a biological standpoint. And that's what we're going to be teaching you guys in the HerbMan School. Okay. So we do have that early bird special. If you guys want to join the school so that you can get all of this information for yourself, for your family, for your community, then this is the best time to do it. Okay. You can go to the website, type in HerbMan School, go ahead and pay the fee for registration, and let's get you in and let's get you going. Okay. And if you can't make the fee that you see on the website, we also have a payment plan as well. All right. So the biology of survival mode, how is that even a thing? All right. Because you got to understand that this is going to start with your nervous system. Okay. And the human nervous system evolved for short bursts, not chronic, long-term energy. You were designed for short bursts of danger, not continuous pressure. Now, pressure different from danger. You were designed that when a threat comes, you go do what you got to go do. And that's really what the sympathetic nervous system activation is for. It's not for no constant pressure. It's for short bursts of danger. You see the difference? And your body instantly knows what to do in them short bursts. It knows how to get your heart rate up. It knows how to get your cortisol going. It knows how to get your breath speed sped up. It knows how to get your attention sharpened. It knows how to get your energy mobilized in short bursts. But just imagine you're doing that time and time again over a lifespan. You can't stay in fight or flight for long periods of time. Okay. But that little short spurt is incredibly useful for you. Okay. It has kept us alive for thousands of years. You need it. But it was designed for acute situations. It was designed for escaping predators, and it was designed for physical conflict, and it was designed for environmental hazards to get away from. And these situations, once you get away from it, they end quickly. After the danger pass, it goes back down. The body shifts into recovery. Okay. And when you shift into that recovery, that's your parasympathetic dominance, right? That's what's taking over. Okay. Morning for you guys, grand rising for others. Greetings to others. Okay. That parasympathetic nervous system, it restores the balance by doing a few things. It's going to slow down that high heart rate. It's going to support your digestion, right? You can't digest when you're chronically in sympathetic nervous system. A lot of you guys got digestive system problems just simply because you're overly stimulated. You're in that fight or flight. Your body ain't worried about digestion when you're in fight or flight. And you say, well, I'm constipated. I got digestive problems. A lot of it is because you don't know how to rest, repair, and recover. It ain't got nothing to do with parasites. It ain't got nothing to do with mucus. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It got something to do with the life you're living. The parasympathetic nervous system helps you repair the tissues after you've done all of that. But some of you guys just want to work out all day. If you working out all day, you're a gym buff. When do you rest, recover, and repair? That's not even natural movement. You ride your bike all day, you work all day, you think all day, you do. That's not natural movement. You're not in the natural rhythm of life. So most of us, 99.9% of us, are in this state where our parasympathetic nervous system can't come in and help calm the emotional intensity. And you got to understand that health ain't just one system. Health is both of these systems working together. They're both of these systems being able to activate and recover. Okay. So don't think I'm telling you that it's something bad about being the sympathetic. It's just bad about being chronically sympathetic. Okay. And the reason why we stay so activated is because the modern world has changed the stress equation. And so today the threats are rarely physical. They're more cognitive. They're more psychological. They're more social. And so now if a person is dealing with job insecurity, the root cause of a lot of this stuff, if a person is dealing with financial pressure, okay, that's another one that's down here. If a person is dealing with information overload, okay, if a person is dealing with social comparisons, if a person is dealing with a constant connectivity, then the nervous system responds to the pressures the same way it would respond to the danger. And the difference is that the pressures, the stressors, they rarely gonna stop. So what you gonna do? This is why you feel the way you feel. Your body can't tell the difference between a tiger, a lion, a bear, an urgent email, a financial crisis, a fight or a disagreement with your spouse, social rejection. Your body can't tell the difference. They all activate the same survival mode. So the system stays on day after day, month after month, year after year. You stay stimulated. And when the nervous system stays activated too long, you got to understand that that's when the numbness comes in. When the nervous system stays activated too long, you got to understand that there's something interesting that happens. The brain begins to protect itself from that overload of stress. It begins to try to strategize. And one of the strategies that your brain will use is emotional dampening, numbness. Instead of feeling everything intensely, the system starts to reduce the sensitivity. This is just how your body works. Now, this can start to create experiences like emotional numbness, reduced excitement. You ever seen somebody that ain't all excited no more? Because they done been through something over and over and over and over and over. The lack of motivation starts to creep in. Why? Why are you not happy? Why are you not motivated? Just tired. Difficulty in experiencing joy. You ever try to celebrate something with somebody? They ain't even that happy. You more happy for them than they are. This isn't a psychological flaw. They're just trying to preserve their energy. The brain is telling them to do this energy saving strategy. Okay? So that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. You got to think of it as like you got to think of it like this, right? Let me show y'all something. I know y'all see this little light up there, right? So you like this right here. Over time, you start to dim the light. Over time, the light goes off. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it's like dimming the lights in a room that's too bright. The system lowers the intensity to prevent the burnout. We taught you guys yesterday about the biology of the burnout. And what happens is trying to not allow you to get into this overstimulated trap. So you can't heal yourself. So that brother yesterday called me, you can't heal yourself because you're overly stimulated. You're monitoring your blood pressure every day because you done bought some herbs from a man off TikTok. That's how you think it. I done bought some herbs from a man off TikTok and I done got off my medications, and that's keeping you so stimulated, so anxious. There's no way that those herbs were going to work for you, my brother. And I know he's watching today, but there's no way that those herbs are going to work for you. There's no way that medication is going to work for you. But as soon as you went back on medication, guess what happened? That trust made you feel more comfortable, more relaxed, because that's the programming you know. And when you know the programming, it allows you to be a little bit more accepting. And modern life complicates things a lot further than what it's supposed to, because humans today experience constant stimulation. You just got to consider how often you encounter notifications on your phone, through your email, scrolling feeds, rapid information changes, entertainment streams, digital conversations. Man, you engaged all the day. And this can create small bursts of what? Dopamine. Okay? Small burst of that dopamine, that's your pleasure. But it ain't sustainable. It goes in and out, in and out, in and out. In and out, in and out, in and out. So your coping mechanisms, they also will produce these small bursts of dopamine. That's why you got to keep drinking, keep smoking, cigarettes, blunt, whatever it is, you got to keep doing. You got to keep taking meds. But I'm going to tell you another thing that they do. Yeah, they produce small bursts of dopamine, but they also do this too. They also fragment your attention. And so instead of you having deep emotional experiences, the brain starts to receive hundreds of tiny stimuli. This can make life feel busy without feeling meaningful. Again, they trick you into feeling good, but you're not getting any better. And over time, this overstimulation contributes to the emotional flattering. It contributes to your demise. Okay? Thank you guys for tapping. Thank you guys for tapping. You keep tapping, I'm going to keep talking. So when you get your owner's manual, or when you get your blueprint, or when you purchase the detox, when you purchase the panacea blend, when you purchase the vitality blend for your blood pressure, when you purchasing the sugar blend for your diabetes, you got to be able to understand that this stuff needs to be taken through regulation, through a regulatory system. Because Overstimulation, if you continue to do this, is going to contribute to your emotional flatlining. That's why people talk about emotional intelligence. Folks done been through so much. The nervous system becomes accustomed to quick spikes of input, but you don't have any feeling behind any decisions that you're making. You're just moving without feeling. You're moving without meaning. That's a robot. That's a robot. That's artificial intelligence right there within you. You guys are moving like you're AI. You'd have lost your emotional range. And healthy emotional systems move through a wide range of states. Yes, it's okay to have some excitement. It's okay to have some curiosity. It's okay to feel some sadness and some joy and some calm and some reflection. That's okay. But when humans are constantly living in survival mode, this whole thing becomes compressed, and then you start getting over here. And remember, I told you it's okay to express. It's not okay to suppress, aka compress. And you'll see people oscillate between what? Stress, and how that stress is spiking you, and emotional fatigue is all happening as well. And instead of experiencing this full spectrum of understanding, just like the sun is doing, feeling that full spectrum of light, the narrowing of your emotional ranges is often mistaken for personality changes. But what the real thing is, you guys, what the real thing is wearing and tearing on that nervous system. That nervous system is attempting to manage prolonged states of sympathetic activation, and it's not built for that. So we got to learn how to be able to go in and out. So that's why I teach you guys about what? The humming and the breathing and the lowering of the shoulders and the dropping the jaws and the dropping of the tongue, so that you can return to feeling again. Feel what you got going on. Feel your body. Feel that pain. Feel that kneecap and let it rest. And one of the best ways to be able to feel is to go back out into nature and feel the sun on your face. Feel the wind on your skin. Drink the right water and feel it on your lips. Not bottled water, not your spring water, not your flowing water. Faucet water is better than bottled water because faucet water has more regulations. Bottled water, they let them do whatever they want to do on that. When you able to go back out into nature and reconnect with nature and reconnect with your spirituality, then the emotional depth begins to restore the nervous system so that you can relieve the survival mode, if only for a moment. If only for a moment. And this stuff will reduce the constant activation signals. It'll help you if you're on meds. It'll help you understand life a little better. It'll help you with your sleep patterns. It'll help you when you get exposed to natural sunlight. It'll help you if you regularly start to move around a little bit. It'll help you when in these quiet environments. It'll help you in your supportive relationships. This stuff will help you. And they also allow the nervous system to shift from this acuteness into recovery. That's what you want. So what we're attempting to do is, okay, if we give you your owner's manual and we show you how you operate as a human species, as a human being, not a human doing, but a human being. And now you have the directions on you in the palm of your hand. We're hoping that can bring you a little bit more solace, a little bit more peace, a little bit more understanding about yourself. And we hope that that'll soothe you, regulate you. So what we're searching for is peace, and the peace comes in the knowing. You got to understand that your nervous system is not built to be in emergency mode all the time. It was designed for rhythm, a flow between the estrogen and progesterone, the testosterone, between the masculine and the feminine. There should be a rhythm between intelligence and intuition. There's a flow, there's a rhythm between day and night. They on a rhythm, and you are on a rhythm as well, but you have lost the sound. You can't hear the music. How many of you guys can hear the music? Let me put some ones in the chat if you can hear the music, if you're still on rhythm to the beat. Can you hear mama singing? Can you hear the drums of nature? Can you hear the symphony of nature? Can you hear the melody of nature? Are you still on rhythm? Put some ones in the chat if you feel like you're still on rhythm. You were designed for rhythm. Action and then rest. Challenge and then recovery. Engagement and then reflection. How many of you are still on rhythm? How many of you are still on rhythm? It's okay. It's okay. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. We're live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Go get somewhere, get situated. If you missed this program, you can go on YouTube and pick it back up, okay? And we're trying to get you to feel again, feel deeply again about aspiring to be here longer than what they say. If you've lost your curiosity, if you've lost your joy, if you've lost your connection, that's why you feel like that. But feeling deeply again, you can't force it. It is just something that will emerge when the body no longer feels the pressure or feels in danger. And this is where the heart comes in. Do you love yourself enough to know? Understanding the human experience, you guys, is a great thing. And through the integration of biology and environment and awareness, through the integration of astrology, numerology, theology, and biology, we're starting to know more about how the human design really is. And so when you come to the HerbMan Show, this is what it is all about. Teaching you guys about why is it that I feel this way. Okay, I only got one person. Lynn Gross says she can hear them. She can hear Mama Nature singing. None of you guys did it. Okay, nobody else can hear the rhythm, and that's why your life is messed up. That's why your body messed up. That's why your mind messed up. That's why your emotions messed up, and that's why your spirit messed up. Is because you done lost the rhythm. You can't hear the symphony of nature. You think that making clocking in is a rhythm. You think that buying that house and that car is a rhythm. No, those are not rhythms. Those are stressors. Can you hear the rhythm? I don't think y'all can. And so you're losing your way. It's difficult to understand why is it that I can't recover from this ailment. I done tried everything, but I still got diabetes. I still got cancer. I still got an autoimmune disease. I still got HIV and herpes. I still got arthritis. I done tried everything. I still got dementia and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, but I done tried everything. Why do I still feel like this? Because you ain't at peace. The reason why you still feel like that is because you're not at peace. And that piece of medication ain't going to do it. The reason why you're still dealing with those issues because you're not at peace. The reason why you can't heal is because you don't know how to tap into peace. Peace doesn't mean acceptance. Peace means that you understand that things will change, that you can change. The situation will change. So I'm at peace that the situation will change. I don't mean I sit around, but it also don't mean I worry. I go from a human doing to a human being. So when I got cancer, you said, well, what do I need to do if it's cancer? Understand what the lifestyle changes need to be. Okay. I can tell you all the herbs in the world. That's sheep sorrel, periwinkle, violet leaf. I mean, there are so many different herbs. Poke root. I mean, we could tell you about so many different herbs for cancer. There's so many different treatments: chemotherapy, radiation, immunotherapy. You know how many people don't went through that, and the stuff still come back. So there is no running away from this information. There is nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to run to to try to figure out where that one cure going to be. No. You simply ask the question of, why is my body not healing itself? You've been dealing with that way before they found it under the microscope. So then why did my body not heal it this time? You've been had high blood pressure way before they saw it in the blood. But you was able to regulate on your own. You ask the question is, why my body didn't regulate the blood? Why my body can't regulate the blood pressure now? You've been had sugar spikes way before they called you had diabetes. So you ask the question is, why my body can't handle the sugar spikes? Why my body can't kill this bacteria, this parasite that you've been getting anyway? Why now does it bother me where before it didn't? Homeostasis is peace. Homeostasis is when your body's working at a balance. Balance is peace. The center is the position to be in. If you're too far left, then you're going to be too far away from tools that you can access on the right side. If you're too far right, then you're going to be too far right from some of the tools you can access from the left side. So if I'm standing in the proper position here, then I can access everything over here, everything over here. But if I get too far right in my consciousness, too far right in my lifestyle, there's going to be some stuff over here I can't get to because I'm too far. If I'm too far left in my understanding and my consciousness in this paradigm, there's going to be some tools that I can't grab over here to the right. You see how they go all this way, but I can't reach it. I can't reach it because I'm too far to the left. But if I stand in the position that I was meant to stand in, which is in the middle, then I got full access to everything and all things that I need in my tool bag. So if healing is all the way down here to the bottom, if finances is always down here to the left or to the right, then you got to be in the middle to keep the reach. It's when you get too far off is when homeostasis get out of balance. This is where we keep teaching you guys about. The positioning is in the middle. Okay? It's in the middle. All things must meet in the middle. East must meet west in the middle. North must meet south in the middle. Somebody put in the chat in the middle. Okay? You can't be too far up, too far down. You have to be in the middle. Where east meets west is in the middle. Where north meets south is in the middle. Yes, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Buster. Thank you, who that is? Shahanza. Thank you. You got to be in the middle. And when you get your owner's manual, when you're getting your blueprint, these herbs and all of this philosophy that's inside of those 7 to 10 pages of information you get is about pushing you back to the middle. You guys are so upset with yourself. You're so upset with other folks. You're so bleak with your understanding of your potential, and you get carried over here and over here. We're trying to push you back to center, back to the center. That's where the herbs will work at, right here. That's where the medications that you'll work at is right here. That's what yoga is trying to do. Get you back center. That's what meditation is trying to do. Get you back center. That's what religion is trying to do. Get you back center. But your job ain't trying to get you centered. So you got to understand, what are these things attempting to do? Get you back to the middle. Thank you. Be thankful. Get you back to the middle. And it's not a hard thing to do. It's just that you got to know yourself. If you got a tendency of being addictive, then you got to start to be mindful of those things. Okay, so I got an addictive tendency. So that means it could be gambling, it could be work, it could be sex, it could be anything. What you like, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be addicted to it. Have you ever seen somebody that go to the same place all the time? Every Friday, you go to Apple, you go to whatever that little hot wing place is, and you buy you lemon pepper with the sprinkles on it, dry rub, wet, all flats, with some French fries, and it's just a religious thing. It's a loop. Every Friday, I know you don't do this so much every Friday that your husband know what you want. Your girlfriend know what you want. You ain't even got to be with them. So this addictive behavior could be any small thing up to any large thing. It's your tendency. It's not that it's a wrong thing. It's just a thing that needs to be managed, because that will take you too far left or right. You can't have lemon pepper every Friday. You can't have Chick-fil-A every morning. You can't have Bill every day. You can't smoke weed 4-5 times a day for all your life. There has to be a rest and repair and recovery period. That's what we're trying to teach you guys, okay? And that thing is going to bring you, that rest, recovery, and repair brings you back center. You can't smoke cigarettes every day. Obviously, you know that the result of that, again, Mama Nature is very fertile. So if you drink every day, that's liver problems over here. If you smoke every day, that's lung problems coming to you, my brothers and sisters. If you eat lemon pepper wings every day, that's going to be high blood pressure is going to be, is very fertile. This thing is very fertile to your choices. And I'm not telling you not to do something. I'm trying to tell you how to do these things, because you start losing feeling. Now, when your body gets so numb to the salt and the pepper and the lemon pepper, then high blood pressure will rear its head. When your liver gets so numb to the alcohol, and now you could drink a whole gallon a day, you gonna get liver cirrhosis, psoriasis, or whatever else that comes with it, hepatitis B and C, and breakdown of the liver. When you get so numb to your sexual appetites, you'll be done ran up in the wrong hole, and now you got viruses like AIDS and herpes, gonorrhea. When you get so numb. And so that rest and repair and recovery, it brings you back from numbness to now you can start to feel again. You get so numb to working all them hours. Then in a minute you fall out, you faint, you feel lethargic and fatigued and all this stuff. Why? Because you got so numb to them hours. Mama Nature is very fertile to your choices, and it will breed the outcome of that numbness. How many people have been taking medication for a long time? Your body done got numb to it. They probably had to go up on you. You started out at one pill a day. Then it went up to taking one pill 2 times a day. Then it went up to taking one pill 3 times a day. Now you got to go up on the medication itself. I started at 5 milligrams. Now they gave me 50 milligrams. Now you popping pills and you done got so numb you don't even monitor your. I know so many folk that don't even monitor their blood pressure and blood sugar. They just take metformin and take lisinopril just because they woke up that day. Ain't monitored, don't feel no kind of way, but just gotten into this thing of just in this loop. Okay? And they done that for 20, 30, 40 years. And then now they go to the hospital and the kidneys are bad. Why? Because you got so numb. Your body got so numb, man. That's why I try to tell you guys, we don't do lifetime prescriptions here, you guys. We do lifestyle prescriptions. If there's anything I want you to stay on for a lifetime, is a lifestyle change. I'm not going to prescribe you nothing for a lifetime. There's no reason for you to be on herbs for forever. There's no reason for you to be on medications for forever. There's no reason for you to be in somebody's church for forever without opening up your own understanding and going out there and be your own minister, open up your own. Once you get it, you got it, you good. Why are you still taking something for? Because you ain't got it. You ain't getting it. Therefore, you'll never be good. What say you? What say you? Mama Nature's very fertile. Your choices are your seeds. And a baby gonna come out of them things. A situation gonna come out of those things because you planted these seeds. And so we can't be numb. So what I'm asking you is that why do you feel like this? Okay. If you want to come up on the chat, talk to your homie HerbMan, put me in the chat. You guys can come up on the live. I want to ask you guys that question. Why do you feel like this? And be honest, if you can, if you feel open on this platform to revealing those things. Why do you feel like that? Why do I feel like this? Why am I so numb? Why do I drink every day? Why do I smoke every day? Why do I eat pizza every Wednesday? Why do I eat hot wings every Friday? Why do I party every weekend? Why do I work myself to death like this? Why am I not sleeping? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like this? I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. Why do you feel like this? Anybody know? Because everybody quiet, but does anybody know? Thank you guys for the shares. Thank you guys for the likes. Please follow. We come on every day between the times of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can understand that you can always find me. If you missed this program, you can go to the YouTube page and you can also subscribe there and it will be uploaded. All right. Why do I feel like this? They're up there cleaning the floor, huh? Oh, wow. She Bakes too said, I don't get sleep because I don't have help in the home. Right. And that sleep, I don't know what you got going on or While She Bakes, but that sleep as a female will start to give you hormonal imbalances, which can cause mood swings. Sleep is up here at the pineal gland. Okay. So now it's some addictions. You can get addicted to taking melatonin. You can get addicted to the cell phone. You can get addicted to things that are also going to contribute to the no sleep and also contribute to the mood swings. When a woman don't sleep, it throws her hormonal balance off. That means her emotions, her mood. That also means that you can be vitamin D deficient. Okay? Why do I feel like this? There's something you doing because of the no sleep. And you ain't even got to put that up here while she bakes too. But there's something you're doing to cope with that issue of not having help. There's something you're doing. Are you drinking wine? And you're doing. There's something you're doing to cope with that, and that's why you're feeling like that, right? You feel like that, but you feel like that because you don't have the help. But then you're doing something to cope with that, not having the help, and now your body done got so numb that you can just get 2-3 hours worth of sleep, and that's it. And you back doing the same thing over and over and over again. Girl, you're headed to burnout. You're headed down that street to burnout. Okay, so we want to watch that. We want to understand that roadblock, that traffic jam before it comes, and we want to be able to detour, circumvent, because it's a pattern that someone created and it turned into a ripple effect subconsciously. Shahanza, I'm talking specifically to you though. Oh, wow, she bakes too said that's correct. I know, sweetie. When y'all said that's I'm gonna know. That's why folks scared to say stuff on her because they know I'm gonna know. But it's okay. We're not gonna get into your personal business, you guys. If you want me to get into your personal business, you get your owner's manual or you get your foundational blueprint. That's when I go deeper and personal. But I just want you to understand that the diseases will tell on you. Okay, they'll tell on you. They'll tell on you. Ooh, about the things you do. Shahanza said, okay. Yeah, we want to talk more about why do you feel like that, Shahanza? Whatever your feeling is, what's your thesis behind it? Whatever your personal feeling is, Shahanza, what's your thesis behind it? Why do you feel the way you feel? Why do I feel tired? Why do I feel pain in my back? Why do I feel exhausted? Aisha, you just go to the website and type in blueprint. Okay, the blueprint comes with the material. You can't build a house without the blueprint or the material before you do the task. Some of you guys just want the task done. You don't even got the material nor the blueprint. And that's why you're also missing the mark. You can't build a house. You can't build repair. You can't build tissue. You can't build cells. You can't build organs and organ systems without a blueprint and without the material to carry out that task. Some of y'all just want a shortcut. I just need the task. I just wanted to do this. Well, are you designed to do that? Is it a design for you to do that? And then based on your design, is that medication got the right material? I heard the same lady today tell somebody about berberine in the little pack. Why would you take berberine isolated? You take berberine as a whole food. But I know she got more followers than me. More people that have more witnesses and this, that, and the third. But you are witnessing the. Oh, but I tell y'all don't like the truth. Y'all don't like the truth. You ain't no different than the doctor if you're isolated medicine. If you're a reductionist, I'm a holistic person. I'm holism, not reduction. So yeah, you might do need berberine for your blood sugar, but why take it isolated? That's why these folk give you anything, man. They give you anything in these packs. Berberine should be taken as a whole food. It's better. I had a kidney transplant. I'm all over the place. But we can help you. We can help you. The only thing about the kidney transplant is, was it from birth? Or did it just come up in your life? And if that's the case, then we down here with it, right? Stability, safety, and security. Stability, safety, and security if it just acutely happened to you. Now, if you had some problems from birth, then we can call that genetics. But if it's something that happened through life, yeah. TikTok got everything that amazes me. Okay. Just came out of nowhere. No, it didn't come out of just nowhere, Alicia, Aisha. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. It don't come out of nowhere. Okay. It doesn't come out of nowhere, right? So again, safety, stability. There was a need that wasn't met. Okay, yeah, there was a need that wasn't met. Okay, and you have a propensity to stress and worry when your needs ain't met. That's where the kidney came out of nowhere. The kidney ain't come out of nowhere. They don't do that like that unless it was genetics. There's a stability, safety, security. There's a need for something that ain't being met that caused you to stress and worry. And then guess what you start doing, Aisha? Coping mechanisms. And you get in a routine of doing those coping mechanisms, and that flatline the kidneys. That flatline the kidneys, okay? So what we got to do is understand the tendencies. That's why when you get your blueprint, it's going to show you that you probably had a tendency of worrying too much. Okay? You probably got a tendency of doubting and trusting issues. And if you got these doubt and trust issues and you got this stress and anxiety, can't you see it could be a smelting pot for issues to come in that form or fashion? Can stress and secrets cause strokes? Yes. Yes. Stress and secrets can cause strokes because it is a stressing on the what? It's stressing on the neurological system, the brain. It's stressing on the heart. And so now, next thing you know, now your circulatory system is not moving oxygen up and down the way it should from the heart to the brain. And that can start to cause a what? Heart stroke, brain stroke. And the secrets is the addictions. Kathy Snow, 767. The secrets is the addictions. Kathy Snow, 767. The secrets is the addictions. You see what Kathy just said just then, didn't you? You see how I got that right down to the parent? Right down to the parent. We ain't gonna play with you, Kathy. That's what you come here for. That's why you stopped on the show, baby. When you saw me, you saw this is my opportunity to ask, okay? Do you think illnesses can really be genetic or are they triggered by lifestyle? Yeah, there are some things that parents can pass down due to their own lifestyles, right? So if you're being carried and she has an emotional trauma, a spiritual trauma, a mental trauma, or a physical trauma, or if she's not giving you the right nutrition, she could be drinking, smoking, she could be just having acute traumatic events, chronic traumatic events that can also start to be passed down. So now you don't mature or you don't develop as well as you need to in the mother's womb. And that's genetics. That's genetics, Lynn Gross. Okay. That's genetics. Yeah, Kathy. So when you're ready to talk to me, you can go and get your owner's manual or you can go and get your foundational blueprint and we can help you out. Now, I understand that maybe it already has happened, but we want to work on that tendency. If it's you or anybody, whoever you was asking for, we want to work on that tendency because this has always been here. Okay. Okay. That's always been there, but it's about knowing thyself. So when you start to know you got an addictive behavior, then you can manage it a little bit better. Okay. Some of this stuff, again, remember, it's okay to express, but a secret is a suppression of something. You see, you're suppressing it. You're keeping it. You're holding it in. It's never get released. You see, and if you don't learn how to release something, then that's where it starts to irregulate. It causes the dysregulation of the body. So the word secret to me, and put stroke there, then we know that it was an addictive behavior. Yes, sir, Manny. It'll tell on you. Okay. Myself, 3 strokes, brain aneurysm, had to mature mentally. Yeah, that's what it is. You see, we at the top. That's the brain. That's why I went straight there. Okay. That's why we right here. All right. But now, if you're open to it, give away those things, because this is of the fire element. This is the mental health department. The fire element is the mental health department of life. The earth element is the physical health department of life. The air element is the spiritual health department of life. And then the water element is the emotional health of life. So when you're looking at the fire element, then your thought life is everything. And if you think things bad, if you think things positive, they'll come to you. But you got to know that that's your power. So if you start thinking of negative things, that's why you're having negative issues come, because you manifest through the thought life. Okay. Now it doesn't mean that you have to be this fire sign right here, but I'm you might be a fire sign. You either a Aries, a Sagittarius, or Leo. Okay. And if you're not that, you got that in your you got that in your scheme of things. Okay, Kathy? So you survived them all, walking and talking. Oh, yes, that's what we're talking about right there, right? But what about the secrets? You survived the stroke, but are the secrets still in? Because we don't want no remission. Okay, we don't want no remission. So we want to find a way to get them out of the mind and give them back to nature. Okay, so you're saying it's the addiction we need to cure? So you're saying that it's the addiction, Lynn Gross? You meant to say addiction? If you're dealing with addiction, then yes, but you don't need to cure it. You need to manage it, because you can't cure yourself. You can only cure the symptoms that come from these things. Remember that those diseases are not diseases, they're symptoms. AIDS is a symptom of a behavior. Cancer is a symptom of a behavior. High blood pressure, diabetes, and autoimmune diseases are symptoms of the behavior. So the behavior is the disease. You got a million diseases that come out of human behavior. Human behavior is the disease, but it carries a lot of symptoms. Now, in modern medicine, they call those symptoms diseases. And that's what gets you confused, because there's millions of diseases. But if you knew how to simplify, and understand the human anatomy, then you'll understand that the biggest disease is the human behavior that has a million symptoms, instead of the human having a million diseases. Don't that make sense? If you're a human and you got a million diseases, you can get confused. That's why modern medicine don't work. But if you understand it the other side, that is, you're a human that can have a million symptoms, and those symptoms come out of human behavior, genetically, predisposition, or in a lifestyle, in your lifetime. Okay? I completed my first book, No Stone Unturned, Still Eliminating Childhood Secrets. Yes, okay, all right. That's what you got to do. You got to get them out. Okay, you got to get them out. You got to get them out. The best thing to turn to is nature. Don't try to tell nobody. Okay, Kathy Snow 767. Don't try to tell nobody. Tell nature. Just go get it out into nature. Talk to the sun and get it out. Talk to the air, get it out. Talk to the earth, get it out. Talk to water and get it out. There's no need to go toward nobody. Just get it out in nature. You're giving it back. Okay? There's no need to try to talk to no therapist, none of that, because it can bounce off of them and go right back to you. You see what I'm saying? It can bounce off of them and come right back to you. Or you can get it out to a person, then a person will give you their stuff. You see what I'm saying? You done got rid of yours to them, but then they gave you something. So I don't want to talk to nothing that can, while I'm open, I don't want nothing that can bounce back. That's remission. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Nature doesn't have a way for it to bounce back. It's open. It's a sea full of secrets out here that you can just pour out without ever having to worry about it bouncing back. You know, when I say something bounce back, that means you tell somebody, then somebody now got that on you and they can bounce. You know, you tell a therapist something, the therapist might say, girl, I went through it too. Don't bounce it back. I don't want it bounced back at all. I don't want you to say you did it, done it. I don't want you to feel for me. I just want to get it out with no rebuttal. With no, I just want to get it out, man. I don't need you to think about it. I don't need you to look at me funny. I don't need for do nothing. The ear is the ear of God, not the ear of people. You journaled a lot, okay? So that's good. That's good. That's the earth. When you're journaling, that's the earth. You can get it out that way as well. Okay. What is yeah, and getting judged from people. People look at you funny. But the thing is that people try to say something to you back. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, when you tell somebody something, they want to try to tell you something. And there ain't nothing that you can tell me. I'm just trying to get out. Not you can't I can't keep going back and forth with the input, output, input, output. I got so much baggage that I just need to get out all my trash. I don't want to put nothing back in. I try to tell you guys all the time, I want you to be, even if it's for a second, a minute, I want you to be able to live free of not doing nothing. For a moment, a second, just be free of not having to do nothing. That's how you regulate yourself. You just got to be free of trying to play nature as Santa Claus. That if I help him, I'm gonna get help. If I help the homeless, because I may need a blessing. And stop playing the slot machine like that. If I put in my tithes, then maybe God stop playing slot machine like that. Just give with no return. Just live with no aspirations. What I'm saying is, just be. One moment, just give me 1 second while I'm just being. I ain't got to worry about my teeth, my breath. I ain't got to worry about. I just need for a minute, just a minute of mind rest. Just a minute of mind rest, please. Give me a minute of mind rest, please. I just need a minute of mind rest. I just need a minute, a moment of mind rest. Just please give me a minute, a moment of mind rest. I don't want to ask for nothing. I don't want to play slot machine with my words. I don't want to play slot machine with my deeds. I just need a moment and a minute of mind rest where I don't want to think about nothing. I don't want to do nothing, feel nothing. I just want a minute, a moment of mind rest. That's what we're wanting. The mind's rest. Oh, wow, she baked too. Just a moment, a minute of mind rest. Mr. Tavares, just a moment, a minute of mind rest. And I want you guys to be more cognizant of fitting that into your day. Just a moment, just a second. Because if you get that second, you'll want more. And this doesn't make you lazy. This doesn't make you weak. This doesn't make you what they call that, unmotivated. This makes you regulated. And in that regulation, just that moment, that moment of clarity, that moment of peace in the mind can be the very moment that the ideal will come of how you break out of your financial rut. You're trying to think about how to get out, and I'm trying to tell you, if you don't think, it'll come to you, man. You're trying to do things to get out, and I'm trying to tell you that if you just be, it'll come to you. Does any of this relate to our moon versus sun signs? I only deal with the sun sign, Serena, Lightfoot. Okay? Way before you get to the moon, you got to know the sun. So we follow the Son of God here. Okay? We follow the Son of God here. So I only fixate on the two sons within each and every one of us. The two sons, the upper, the lower, the masculine, and the feminine. These are two sons. And the moon is actually the reflection of the sun. So the moon is your two sons, but I don't like to get caught up in the word moon. I want to stay on the suns because the moon ain't nothing without the sun. You got a light by day and a light by night. And wherever the sun is at, the moon will reflect that. So in reflection, that means that you are the same as here. If my wife reflects me, then we in the same mind and same judgment. We in the same boat. We're the same thing. But if you use the word moon, you get lost in the sauce. Yes, the moon is important but I'm just trying to tell you that your two sun signs, right? So I don't know what your sun sign is, but if you're Aries, then your moon would be Libra, not where the moon is at, but where the other sun is at. So I don't want you to get confused with those other people, those other astrologers. So if you're Aries, the other part of you, the other sun in you is the Libra. If you're a Taurus, the other sun in you is the Scorpio. If you're a Gemini, the other sun in you is the Sagittarius. If you're a Cancer, the other sun in you is the Capricorn. If you are a Leo, the other sign in you is the Aquarius. If you are a Virgo, the other sun in you is the Pisces. Okay. And yes, it has a lot to do with that duality. Okay. It has a lot to do with that duality. Okay, the sun has a lot to do with that duality. So once you understand that, then yes, you can kind of get it a little bit more, right? Remember Horus? Horus is the god by day, right? And then you had Set, sunset, the god by night. Both of them are gods. They both were sons of Osiris. You see, they both were sons. They didn't call Set the moon. And when you start understanding the sun signs, I think you'll get a lot more information out of what we're teaching, okay? But yes, all of it is a duality that must be worked as a one consciousness. But even in that, even in our learning, we need to let the mind rest. Even sometimes when I'm teaching, I have to learn how to just let my mind rest. And the best way for me to get the greatest ideas is after that resting period. Yes, Heru and Set. Heru and Set, or Horus and Set. Yeah, I call it Set because S-E-T. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? They ain't nothing but dualities that worked as one. Osiris and Isis ain't nothing but one thing, but it's showing you the masculine and feminine principles. Okay. The 3-in-1. Remember the 3-in-1, the Father, the God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It ain't nothing but 3 in 1. One person with 3 aspects. So when you give me your birthday, that's what I do. I give you those 3 aspects. You see what I'm saying? I give you those 3 aspects. So let's say if you're a Gemini, then I know that that's an air sign. The opposite of the Gemini is a Sagittarius. So then that's your fire. And then your model number, your birthday is going to give me your model number. For me, that's a 6. The 6 then is going to be the air sign. So boom, that's my 3-in-1. That's why the owner's manual and the foundational blueprints and this health assessment that we give you guys like this is the best thing smoking. It gives you your 3 aspects in one person. So 3 in 1 is 1 or 4, the 4 elements. 3 plus 1 is 4, or 3 into 1. So you get the 3 aspects of the person. That's why this has never been wrong. The only way this is going to be wrong if you give me the wrong birthday. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't got nothing to do with bioscanning, bioresonance. This ain't got nothing to do with no blood type, blood sample, urine sample, stool sample. It ain't got nothing to do with that little nasty bump down. It ain't got nothing to do with that. This got something to do with how they used to do it. How they used to do it, okay? Yes, the 3 in 1. Today I start my 48-hour fast. I know my mental needs rest, especially from food intake. Gemini. There you go. So there you go. All right. You're a Gemini. I can show you when Gemini is supposed to do it, though. Let me show you right here. I want you to do it here, Kathy. This is your first time here, so I'm going to show you whatever the date is. Geminis do it on March the 23rd. I would suggest that you do it then. Okay. This is when the moon is in your sun sign. Okay. So this is when mama is met up with daddy, right? And you know it's always beneficial to ask mom and daddy when they're both at the dinner table. Because if you ask daddy something, mama can say no. If you ask mama something, daddy can override it. But when you ask them both together, you put them both on the spot together, you get one answer. One clear answer. Okay? So you want to do it on those dates right there, right? March the 23rd. Everybody screenshot that. So right now is March the what? 14th. So this is Aquarius's time. This is Aquarius's time to fast. All right. And you guys see that Virgo is twice in March. So March has been a very health conscious month for most of us. Some kind of way we've been dealing with something, whether it was stomach ache, foot ache, back ache, headache. But because Virgo on March is about health and fitness. That's why you got a lot of people very health conscious during the month of March, because Virgo owns it. Okay, when you get to April, you're going to see Libra and Scorpio. They both have double dates in there. So then we know that relationship and production things are going to be very, very high then. Okay, everybody get that? And that's for everybody on the planet. It ain't got nothing to do with the sign. It's the sign that runs the month. Okay, so your April is going to be about relationships, companionships. Okay. Did mine fasting 12 March, Capricorn. Okay, man, that's what's up. Education is key. Yeah, that's why I'm here every day, to try to get you guys to get this education so that we can start to spread this. The HerbMan School is even better, so that we can make more people aware by producing more teachers of this system. So the HerbMan School for me right now is my baby. You know, it's my baby. Now, me doing this, you know, my herb shop before was my baby. But now the herb school is my baby, because I'm basically going to I'm going to offer whoever wants to wear the cloak. You got to offer people the opportunity that you do go. This is an initiative process. This is more of an initiation than just education. This is more of an experience than just sitting in a classroom. But we need more of me, because I need my mind to rest too. You can't ride me till the wheels fall off. I can't be the only one. And there's so many of us that are trying to be the only one that's creating this burnout. You just look at Dr. Sebi being the only one. Laila Africa been the only one. Dr. Paul Goss been the only one. You know, you got some of these major people, but they're the only ones. They won't make it the whole race, because it's too much strain and stress on the mind, more or less the body. We're going to produce other folk. I need somebody in Europe. I got Manny for that. I need somebody in Africa. I need somebody in Australia. I need somebody in China, in Asia. I need somebody in South America. We can't facilitate the whole world. As you can see, I only got 50 people on here today. They don't want it, but they will need it. A lot of folks don't want something right now if they don't feel like they need it, but you will. And it ain't an if, it's a when. And when they need it, we must be prepared for them. We must offer them this other alternative. And we're going to do that one person at a time. We're going to do that one person at a time. That was a fasting list. Serena Lightfoot, that was a fasting list, okay? I'm in Europe right there with Manny. Okay, you and Manny, y'all need to team up. Y'all need to team up. There's so many people hurting. Thank you guys for it. There's so many people hurting in Europe. Team up. Get into class. Do it together. I'm the only one right now on the planet. So you're going to need more and more and more and more and more. Okay? Yes, for the school. There's some other UKs. When you guys come into the school, we're going to have it on Zoom. You'll see there's more people. We got some other UKs. Okay? So we know that the UK is ready. We know that the UK is ready. We know that I know for sure that the UK is ready. Okay, but look, the motherland. We need to get people on the motherland. They still ain't ready yet. I'm going over there again here in a few weeks, but we need some people from the motherland. Specifically, I'm in South Africa, so I would rather you be in South Africa. Come and join the school. Facilitate. Man, you got all of Africa. Man, and them got all of Europe. So we're not worried about finances here. We're just worried about the ministry. There's enough people that are, it's not an if, this is a when they get sick. Your little baby right now is 1 year old, 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old. It's when. So we ain't in no industry that we got to worry about the market. We ain't in no industry where we got to worry about if they come, if they don't come. No, it's when. So you can just sit back as a fat rack on the information and wait until your win. They're going to need you. They're going to need this. I'm just ahead of my time. So, of course, right now, people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But they will when they're ready. It's not an if. It's a when. Do you use your original sign? I am Capricorn, but the owner's manual will say Cancer. Yeah, you're a Capricorn Cancer. Dwayne, there's a lot you don't understand, but you need to call me. Okay? You need to call me. Yeah, there's no competition. The health industry is the biggest industry on the planet outside of the food industry. And we're going to take that back too, because once I show you about the garden theory that I always teach you, this is why this plant is here, because that's how you are. We are in a plant-it environment. That's why you got to watch what you say, because it's seeds. Mama Nature's very fertile. You're in a plant-it environment. That's why you got to watch your behavior, because your behavior is seeds. It will produce a result. We are in a plant-it environment. Mama Nature's very fertile. So you got to watch how you feel, because feelings are seeds. They will produce results. We are in a plant-it environment. Mama Nature is very fertile. That's why you got to watch your beliefs, because they are seeds and they will produce a result. We are in a plant-it environment. Mama Nature is very fertile. You got to watch your words, because they are seeds that will produce results. Okay? They will produce results. And once you start getting conscious of that, then you start to be more careful about your thought life, knowing that it's a seed being planted. You'll be more careful about your talk life, because then you know there's a seed being planted. You see, when you hear what I just said, you should be more careful. There was an old analogy in the Bible when it talks about the seeds being planted in different soils. Seed landing on concrete and pavement won't produce anything. But when you put it in fertile ground, got to be careful. The mental does get stronger and more powerful. This I know. I've lived it. I practice thinking better. Yes, yes. It's your seeds. It's your seeds. Shahanza, yes, the parable of the seed. Yes, these are seeds. Your thoughts, your words, your beliefs, and your feelings are the seeds. Okay? Anybody else got any other questions? We got about 2 more minutes. We're about 75K. I do appreciate you guys for everything. I'm here to help. Okay? All of our products are made from the 13 herbs coming from the 13 months. Remember, there were 12 disciples plus Jesus makes what? 13. 3 in 1. I can't really explain this stuff no deeper than that, okay? We use the 13 herbs coming from the 13 months. There were 12 disciples plus Jesus made 13. 3 in 1. Or 1 plus 3 is the 4 elements. So we have the 4 eliminator detox, which is a lymphatic cleanse for 21 days. 2, 1 equals 3. Everything we do is behind the philosophy of astrology, numerology, biology, and theology. The 4 elements of life. Okay? With that being said, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Oh, I missed the part about the 13 herbs. I just said that the 13 herbs come from the 13 months, which is the 13 disciples, right? 12 disciples plus Jesus made 13. Everything has a significance is what I was saying. So we're utilizing the blueprint from nature. We're not going beyond that. We're utilizing the blueprint that nature gave us. Okay? Astrotheology, medical astrology, we use that. Biology, that's it. This is a blueprint. And I studied that blueprint. This blueprint comes with everything you need, the foods. These are also food colors, if y'all know anything about the chakras, right? So the one down here is red. Then your next one is what? Yellow. Next one is orange. The next one is green. The next one, you start getting into your blues and purples, right? You know, the next one is what? Indigo, blue, and purple, right? Those are phytonutrients in your foods. You got blue foods, purple foods, you got green foods, you got orange foods, yellow foods, you got red foods, you got white foods, you got brown foods. This is the blueprint. You get this diagram in your owner's manual. You also get it in your blueprint, in your foundational blueprint. The difference between the owner's manual is it's just the blueprint by itself. The difference in the foundational blueprint is you get the blueprint plus the material. All right? You get the herbs. Yeah, so fire. So all we did was stick to the blueprint. This going back to the most ancient days. So that astrotheology, that heliobiblios, the Bible is the greatest story ever told. But it comes with a blueprint. It is the blueprint. You got to know how to decipher it, decode it, and this is what we brought to the world. Navigation, colonization, cultivation, and agriculture. all in one thing to grow you up. All right. If there is no other questions, man, we'll get up out of here. You guys go ahead and keep tapping. Let's get us up to at least 80K. And then I'm going to get up out of here, man. Let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. I did see some orders coming through. If you guys need anything, you guys just let us know. Let's see here. Miss Hale, we appreciate you for trusting us. Okay, we appreciate you for trusting us, Miss Hale. We thank you for that. Okay. You should hear something back from us within 24 to 72 hours. You'll get your blueprint, and then your herbs will probably be shipped out Monday, though. Okay. So we appreciate you guys. That's all you got to do is listen. All you got to do is listen, and you follow through, and you'll start to understand how this stuff works. But we stay right on this. We're not going nowhere. I used to have a herb shop with 200 herbs in it. Narrowed it all the way down to these 13 plus 8. You got the 8 herbs from the detox, 13 from this, makes how many herbs? I got 13 of these herbs and 8 herbs in the detox. How many does that make? I got 13 herbs from this system. Thank you, Manny. 21. 2 and 1. 3. It's a system. It's a system. Okay? It's a system, and it can rival the modern medical system of today. And I know that they don't want me to say that live on these programs. But if you are looking for traditional systems, we can show you how this stuff works. Do you ship to Almere? I don't even know where Almere at. If it's in the United States, we ship it anywhere. Sophia. If it's in America, we ship it anywhere. If it's in different countries, nah, we ain't got that far yet. Netherlands, no, I do not. But I can tell you what herbs you can get from the Netherlands. If you do your blueprint and you say, well, I can't get American herbs, then we can find the herbs for you in your country that's still going to pertain to this system. Okay, there is no herbs that cannot be fit into the system. We already got a few different countries already. If you're in the Caribbean, we got you already. If you in Asia, we got you already. If you're in South Africa, we got you already. If you're in Ghana, we got you already. Or in West Africa or southern parts of Africa, we got y'all already. If you're in the United States, we got you already, right? So you got to kind of let me know what countries you're in, and we can plug in the countries that come, the herbs that come in from your country. Okay? But it's got to be this system, though. We don't derive from this system. Okay, you guys? UK, you're working with Western herbs. So once I give you the Western herbs, you can go get them. I got plenty of people in the UK. They just go get their herbs from the herbalist. Yeah, got me mom in Ghana. Okay, man. If she want to do I think I just gave you the regular herb, but if she want to do the Ghanaian herbs, I got them. All right, you guys, man, we're about to get up out of here, man. You know, I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. Until next time, love HerbMan. Peace. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back on tomorrow, man, with another Headbanger Boogie. So you guys are welcome to come back and enjoy. Peace, 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 peace. Take peace with you. Peace, peace. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you. Peace. Peace. From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sophia. Yes, sir, Alejandro. I'm going back to Woosa here in a couple more weeks.